So let's say you're watching this and you are just killing it during AEP, right? We are into November. AEP's rocking and rolling. OEP is just getting started for under 65 and ACA, and you're killing it. The question remains, how do you keep this momentum going once AEP and OEP, if you're doing ACA, wraps up in December? And for ACA, it continues, of course, in January. But what do you do when these things and these time periods, this open season for you wraps up? How do you keep the momentum going, and how do you just crush it right in business all year long? In this video, we're going to talk about it.
This video is brought to you by none other than Hire Heroes, you guys. Hire Heroes is your one-stop shop when it comes to virtual staffing and making sure that you have qualified talent with your business. One thing that I love about Hire Heroes, you guys, is they've actually gone through the process already of vetting and making sure that your staff member is well trained to best fit your needs. Whether you need help with social media work, posting things on your accounts, responding to people that send messages to your social media accounts, whether you need help with data entry or a multitude of other things that they're qualified to do, Hire Heroes has got you covered. If you're having trouble finding quality talent and number two, affording to be able to run payroll for that talent, Hire Heroes has got you covered with an affordable alternative to have a virtual assistant working for your business. There's a link down in the description of this video to where you can learn more about getting your own VA through Hire Heroes. I certainly recommend it. They're what we use in our business for all of our virtual assistant needs, and you will want to make sure that you check them out today.
So you are interested in writing business at a big time capacity all year long in what I would call the off season. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about specifically how you can do that as an agent and the types of people that you really need to be having on your radar and kind of who you can write, who you can't write. Okay, so obviously we're in AEP right now. AEP is really a free-for-all for the most part. Anybody who has a Medicare Advantage plan can change their Medicare Advantage plan during this time of the year. Anybody that's on a Medicare supplement that wants to go over to a Medicare Advantage plan can do it this time of the year. If they want to go off their Medicare Advantage into a Medicare supplement and with original Medicare, they can also do that this time of the year. It is, for the most part, the closest thing you're ever going to get to open season. Okay, with ACA, similar. Anybody can go from an ACA plan to another ACA plan during this time of the year. ACA open enrollment is November 1st through December 15th, and then it opens up again after a couple of week hiatus in January for a little while, okay? But who can you be writing once this all wraps up? Okay, let's kind of go through the motions of this a little bit. So let's talk about Medicare more than anything else. With Medicare, I have always said that the person that writes all year round and the person that prospects all year round and the person that grows their business all year round is always going to be infinitely more successful and accomplished than just the seasonal AEP agent. You don't want to be that person, I assure you, because not only does it limit your ability to grow 9-10 months of the year, but it limits your ability to have the best AEP possible, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. The person that markets and prospects and grows their business all year round is building what we call, in my organization, a pipeline. Let me explain. A pipeline can best be defined as a lot of people that you've talked to that you're working on. Maybe you can't get them right now. Maybe they're on the best plan for them. Maybe they don't have an enrollment period or an SEP that they can legitimately qualify for, and you want to be a compliant agent and not just make one up and throw in an app, right? So you follow back up with them during AEP. If you are prospecting all year round, you're going to have a huge list of follow-ups of people that are interested in talking with you during AEP, and for some reason or another, you couldn't get them when you spoke to them originally. So let's say that list is 100 people. Let's say that list is 200 people, and you can get 20% of them during AEP. You can kind of start your AEP off incredibly strong to where you have an extra 20, 40 apps right there off the bat that are going to be very easy relatively for you to be able to acquire their business because you've already talked to them before, they like you, they want to work with you, if by all means possible, okay? So filling that pipeline actually helps you have a better AEP because you have a lot of things already built up that is waiting for you come the beginning of open season for Medicare, okay? Same goes for ACA, by the way. So that right there is enough for you to be building your business all year round. But there's so much more we're going to talk about in this video outside of just that. So who can you be writing in the off season? Let's have this conversation because we all know Medicare has AEP for a reason. It's because people typically can't change all year round for no reason. They have to be able to change legitimately under certain circumstances. So let's talk about first OEP. OEP for Medicare Advantage, okay? So the Medicare Advantage OEP, or open enrollment period, is January 1st through March 31st. This is a time period where people on Medicare Advantage plans can make one change to their plan. And during that time frame, if they put in a plan change, it takes effect the first of the upcoming month, okay? They can make one change. Once they've used their change up, they cannot use it again. So this is a time frame where you're not allowed to market OEP like you're allowed to market AEP. So you don't hear about it nearly as much. Most seniors don't even know it's a thing. But if you market in general, market for your services in general, you buy leads, you generate leads, and it comes up in conversation that you can help them, there is a better option for them, and you can mention to them that they can change on a one-on-one basis without marketing it. That is an opportunity to where during OEP, there is a huge amount of opportunity to be able to acquire new business during January 1st through March 31st. Okay, so any person that has a Medicare Advantage plan can change. Why would somebody want to change when they just went through AEP? And they either changed or they decided not to change. They've already gone through this, right? The entire fall, the entire holiday season. Why would they want to change again or go through this all again? Simple. A lot of people come January 1st end up having buyer's remorse. Maybe they got switched by a call center and they got put on the wrong plan for them. You can be their knight in shining armor because during that 3-month time period, starting January 1st, you can either put them back on the plan they had before or you can revisit their plan and see if there's a better option, right? Maybe they changed and they're just not feeling the plan. They regret changing. You can help them. Maybe they didn't change and their Medicare Advantage plan changed on them, right? It's not as good as it was the year before. They maybe didn't look at it very closely and they regret not making a change. You can help them. This is a prime time opportunity during OEP. And next to AEP, it is, to me, the best time of the year to be prospecting because anybody on Medicare Advantage can make a change. Anybody. And so there's a lot of people that have buyer's remorse come January 1st. That's why they brought OEP back in the first place. OEP was a thing many years before this. It went away for several many years, and then about 4 or 5 years ago, they brought it back because there were so many people that were complaining that if they made a change during AEP, or maybe they didn't make a change and their plan changed on them and they, whatever reason, they're on the wrong plan. Come January 1st, they were, in most cases, trapped on that plan all the way up until AEP of the following year. So that's why they brought OEP back, to give people an opportunity to change if maybe they have buyer's remorse. You can capitalize on that opportunity by being available and putting yourself out there and prospecting and finding people who maybe have that buyer's remorse. So OEP is a big opportunity. But what happens after March 31st? What happens on April 1st when OEP is over? I'm glad you asked. You always, year-round, 12 months a year, have the turning 65 market, which I would actually go to argue the turning 65 market is the number one opportunity in the Medicare game. It's above AEP. It's above OEP, believe it or not. You've always heard the numbers, right? 10,000 people a day. I think it's closer to about 11,000 people a day now that turn 65 in the country. There is no shortage of people aging in, and there is a countless amount of people that over the next 5 to 10 years will be turning 65 and need to get help with Medicare. The turning 65 market is something you can work all year round, and if you develop what I would call, again, a pipeline through any different type of marketing that you can think of. There is no really silver arrow necessarily. However, if you have a good strategy that's working, whether it be running your own Facebook ads. Maybe it's doing mailers. Maybe it's doing seminars. Maybe it's doing webinars. There's a litany of different ways you can be getting in front of people on a regular basis all year round that are turning 65. And you can write those people all year round, right? And the turning 65 market, a lot of times, is going to have the highest retention rate you can possibly get as a client as well. Why is that? Well, primarily because you helped them from when they were a blank slate all the way through until they actually got their Medicare started and they picked out a plan. You helped them. You're the person that educated them. A lot of times when you're dealing with people that have been on Medicare a while and they're switching with you, they are more likely to be switchers. They might have been with another agent before or two other agents before. Turning 65 people generally are going to be more loyal on average when you look at a lot of people and the law of large numbers kind of factoring in those statistics, okay? So turning 65 business, huge opportunity, but what else? You always, in the first 3 quarters of the year, can help people that are Medi people, dual eligible people, okay? So if someone's eligible for Medicare and Medicaid at the same time, they are oftentimes qualified for some type of dual special needs plans, also called DSNPs, DSMP plans in our world, okay? And they have an SEP they qualify for that once per quarter, for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, it's not available in quarter 4, but they can change their plan. Even if they're not on Medicaid and they're on extra help or low income subsidy to help them with their prescription costs, again, they can change once per quarter. And so that is a market you can work all year round. This to me is my least favorite of what we're going to be talking about in this video, because typically the people that qualify for these types of plans are not usually your ideal clientele. They are given so much on their plans that sometimes, in my opinion, they can become a little spoiled and they will change on you at a higher rate than a lot of other different demographics of people that you can write, okay? I've always said jokingly, and maybe a little facetiously, they'll change on you for a cookie. And I think that best sums up kind of what you're looking at with the Medi market. However, if you are desperate for business and you are in a need where you need to find a way to grow your business in the off season and you're struggling with another type, it's a low-hanging fruit that can kind of help you get some momentum, and you won't lose them all. You'll be able to keep some of them. So it's an opportunity nonetheless. It should have at least some of your focus, in my opinion. Maybe not as much as T65 or anything like that, but it should have some of your focus as an agent. Who else can you write? Well, what about people that are on Medicare Supplement? Most of you know, but if you don't know, Medicare Supplement really doesn't have an open enrollment period. It doesn't have an open season. Person has open enrollment if they are new to Medicare. They get on for the first time without health questions. But outside of that, they typically don't have an open enrollment period. And in most states, people can change their Medicare Supplement plan any time of the year. It's a month-to-month kind of contract. So they can change from one company to another, and you can rewrite them to see if you can lower their rates. It's going to usually depend on their health. They're going to have to be healthy enough to pass health questions and underwriting. But the Medicare Supplement rewrite market is an incredibly strong year-round market you can do any time of the year. And a lot of times you can save people a lot of money because Medicare supplements are always going up in price every single year. The last couple of years, we've seen unprecedented, with a lot of carriers and states, rate increases that we haven't seen in years past. So you can go through, you can rewrite those people on Medicare supplement plans. You can lower their rate, giving them the exact same coverage as a result. And it can be a really, really good thing for those types of people. Of course, you also have various special enrollments. You know, you have people that are moving, you have people that are coming off of group coverage, you have people that postpone Part B, and those people are just kind of sprinkled over the top to where you can have just a slew and a litany of people that you can write outside of AEP and OEP. So put together a game plan, figure out who you're going to target, figure out kind of what percentage you're going to put your attention on in each category, and you should be plenty busy all year long. Anyway, guys, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Comment down below if you feel like I missed anything, or if you like this video in general, even if you just wanted to say you liked it. You can also show me that you liked the video by smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps so many more people just like you who need to hear this information, who are struggling as agents. Find it easier. You can help somebody today by smashing that like button, okay? Make sure to subscribe. We put out weekly videos to help you grow your business. We ask for nothing in return except for a little bit of your time. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope this video was helpful, and here's to your success and your abundance. Thanks, everybody.